Tom, wake up. This is the marshal. He just wants to ask you a few questions. This is my husband, Mr. Whiting.
Howdy, Mr. Roberts.
Roberts?
That's right.
No, Ben.
Just throw it down there.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
Among the desperate men with whom Wyatt Earp had to deal as Marshal of Tombstone, Arizona, some of the most dangerous were professional bank robbers. In 1881, bank robbery attracted Western criminals who ranked themselves with Quantrell, the James Boys, and the Youngers. And a few of them were just as shrewd and deadly as Cole Younger or Jesse James.
How's Ben feeling, Sadie?
His leg's worse. He wants to talk to you.
Yes, ma'am. Sadie says your leg don't feel so good. Want me to ride into Tombstone and fetch a doctor?
No. Sadie and I are going into town alone.
All right, Ben, if that's the way you want it, but you taking a big risk?
Is that any concern of yours?
Yeah, in a way it is.
What way?
You're the last of the Roberts gang. Now, ever since we bumped into you, we've been hoping that as soon as your leg got well, you'd throw in with us. Well, with you to do the brain work, we could take a bank every week. These Arizona banks ain't never had a real rousting.
You're a fool. I wouldn't touch you or any of your boys on a bank job.
Now, look, Ben.
Shut up. Give them a couple of $100 for services rendered. I don't want any of you in Tombstone. Head north and go back to robbing stages.
All right, Ben. All right, anything you say.
Pay him. And that's the end of it. So long.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, let me help you.
Where's the dress-up clothes?
In the wagon.
Good. We can change on the way into town.
You feel bad?
I don't ride in a wagon when I feel good. Besides, I'd like to see you in skirts for a change anyway.
All right, you sit down and I'll hitch up the rig.
Now, that's the thanks we get from big-headed Ben Roberts.
I'd sure like to hit one of those banks in Tombstone. Open up Mr. Roberts' eyes a little.
Maybe we will.
See me?
Yes, I do. Did you ever hear the name Ben Roberts?
Ben Roberts? Sure. He's a bank robber, one in Missouri. Why?
He's a patient of mine.
He's what?
Brought to me by his lady friend. Mr. and Mrs. Tom Whiting, they call themselves. They're dressed like city people.
Well, how do you know it's him? Do you know him?
No, but someone pointed him out to me a couple of years ago. You don't forget a man like Ben Roberts.
Oh, you sure don't. So he's here in Tombstone, huh?
Got a handsome wife, about 25, I'd say. Blonde.
Well, why'd he come to see you?
Gunshot wound in the left leg. Some amateur pulled the bullet out, but he missed the bone splinters.
That's just dandy. Roberts is a bank robber, and we got 2 banks. Did he say where he was staying?
American Hotel. I gave him strict orders to go to bed and stay there. I gave him a little something to make him sleepy, just to be sure.
Thanks. He's not wanted in Arizona, but you may have done me a big favor.
Favor nothing. I'm saving myself a lot of work if it prevents a bank holdup.
Well, let's hope it does. You say they're using the name of Whiting?
Watch yourself, Wyatt. Roberts may have a gang just outside town.
Well, that's my hunch, too. I'd feel a lot better about it if Doc Holliday and Shotgun were here instead of in Tucson. I'll see you later. Thank you.
Right, Wyatt.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Are you Marshal Wyatt Earp? I'm Mrs. Whiting, Mrs. Tom Whiting.
Well, Dr. Goodfellow described you pretty good.
Oh, he told you about the accident?
Yes, sir.
I thought you might want to see us.
Well, it's just routine. Dr. Goodfellow reports all gunshot wounds to me.
Oh, I see.
I don't like to disturb your husband, but I would like to ask him a few questions.
Well, he's sound asleep. Couldn't I answer them?
Well, I'm afraid not, Mrs. Whiting, but it's not too important. I'll stop by later.
No, we shouldn't ask you to make 2 trips. I'll go up with you if that's all right.
Certainly.
Tom. Tom, wake up. This is the Marshal. He just wants to ask you a few questions. This is my husband, Mr. Whiting.
Howdy, Mr. Roberts.
Roberts?
That's right.
No, Ben, don't.
Just throw it down there.
You're awful fast with that.
Now, take it easy, both of you. I want to talk to you, but I want to keep it friendly.
Friendly.
There's no warrant for you in Arizona, Mr. Roberts. Dr. Goodfellow says you need a lot of rest and medical attention.
You mean you're not going to bother us?
Just one question. Any of your gang hanging around Tombstone?
No.
That's the truth, Marshal.
All right. You stay here as long as you need to. Hope that leg of yours doesn't give you too much trouble.
You're a new kind of John Law, seems to me.
Mr. Roberts, I'm not interested in scalp money. But if a Missouri sheriff or United States Marshal comes along with a warrant for you, I'd have to help serve it. In the meantime, rest easy. You play it on the level with me, and we'll get along fine.
Mr. Earp! Mr. Earp!
Yeah?
Mr. Earp, I just got a message for you from the Tombstone Bank. Mr. Kenton says there's a suspicious character hanging around.
Right. Excuse me, folks. Seems like we have a little bank trouble.
Jake Birch?
There's only one way to find out for sure.
Go right over there. That no-good thief. Just when we had everything fixed with the Marshal. Now he'll think we're lying to him. I better take a gun.
No. Just make sure it's Birch. There's easier ways to skin a cat.
Well, you better douse your bandage again. I'll be right back.
Excuse me, mister.
You calling me, Marshal?
Yeah, you're a stranger in town, aren't you?
That's right. There's no crime in that, is there?
Yeah, there might be. The bank doesn't like strangers hanging around its front door.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Marshal. I'll be moving along.
Just a second. What's your name?
John Smith.
You have anything on you to prove that?
No, I don't believe I do.
Where's your horse?
Right over there. Would you like to see it?
Yes, Mr. Smith, I would like to see it. Buckshot dusted. Mr. Smith, take off that bedroll.
Take it off yourself.
I said take off your bedroll. Put it on the ground, open it up. What's that?
What?
What are you doing with the detailed map of Tombstone? Afraid you get lost?
Yeah.
Mr. Smith, you've done nothing that I can hold you for. You seen anything of Ben Roberts lately?
Roberts. Ben Roberts. No, I'm afraid I don't know any Ben Roberts, Marshal.
You know, you surprised me.
Oh, why's that?
I didn't think Roberts would let a clumsy fool like you case a bank. I'm going to give a description of you to all my deputies. Next time you're seen in town, you're going to get hurt. And by next time, I mean any time after 5 minutes from now. Move.
The marshal had just ordered him out of town. I think we ought to turn Birch and his crowd in.
Show up their camp. Gotta be going too easy on Jake. I ordered him to stay out of Tombstone, remember? Now, we're going to encourage Jake to go against that bank.
And then tell Earp?
Yeah. Earp will blast them all to little pieces.
What if he doesn't believe us?
Make him believe us. That's your job. Now, honey, I'm quitting. As soon as I'm well, we'll go to California.
Oh, darling. Oh.
We can't have Birch cashing in on my name, calling himself and his cheap outfit the Roberts Gang. You see why Earp has to wind them up for us, don't you? And go convince him.
Marshal Earp.
Yes?
I'd like to talk to you, please.
Won't you come in?
I don't like jails.
Well, I can understand that. Why don't you sit down, then?
No, thanks. I followed you and saw that man in front of the bank.
Oh? You, couldn't by any chance identify him?
He's Jacob Birch. A cheap stagecoach bandit. The only time he's gone against a bank, he made a mess of things. Killed a lot of people. Jake's gonna rob one of your banks. Maybe tomorrow.
Which one? The, Arizona bank or the Tombstone?
I don't know, but I'll find out.
And then you'll, tell me about it?
Yes, sometime tonight.
Why? Why would you tell me?
Because this isn't our idea. Ben's quitting the business. We're going to California as soon as he's well enough. Please, try to look at it our way. We don't want to get blamed for this. We'll never have a chance to make a life for ourselves with Jake Birch robbing banks and calling his crowd the Roberts Gang. Don't you believe me?
Well, Mrs. Roberts, it isn't too logical.
Look, what do we have to gain by telling you about Birch?
All right, let's leave it this way, then. You find out all you can about Mr. Birch's plan. I'll meet you at Dr. Goodfellow's office tonight.
Around 10 o'clock?
That'd be fine.
You still don't believe me. You better make up your mind to, because not believing me may cost a few lives. Maybe your own.
Oh, you're just talking to make noise, Jake. The truth is you're afraid to take that bank. I think maybe you're scared of Wyatt Earp.
That ain't the hitch, Joe.
Well, what is then?
Ben and Sadie Roberts.
Oh, now, Ben Roberts is laid up with a bad leg. And what do you figure Sadie can do?
She can use a gun. And so can Ben if he takes a notion to spoil our party. Oh, what do you say, boys? Think it's worth taking a risk?
Oh, it's just Sadie.
Hold him. We changed our mind, Jake. We want in on the bank job.
What bank job?
Don't play dumb with me. You cased the Tombstone Bank this morning. Ben was real sore when he heard about it. But then we got to thinking. Come into town on your own and you're in trouble. Use Ben's plan, and you'll get rich. What do you say, Jake?
Ben Roberts really knows how to take a bank.
All right, Sadie. You got something to offer, you're in.
For a fourth of what you take.
I say we deal.
All right.
Ben drew a diagram. Wrote it all down for you. I will use what Ben calls his covey a quail idea. You drift into town one by one just before daylight. You're there at 9 o'clock when the bank opens. Grab the money and scatter in the 6 different escape routes he put down here for you. Then you bunch up again at this camp. Divide the money, scatter again. Understand?
Wait. Why do we hit the Tombstone Bank?
Because Earp knows you cased it. He'll think you're bound to take the other one, the Arizona.
She's right, Jake.
Earp will be watching the other bank.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll smarten himself. All right, Sadie. We'll hit the Tombstone Bank 5 minutes after 9 in the morning.
Meet you here at noon for our share. Now, don't lose that. Any plan Ben thinks up is worth $5,000 cash before the vault doors even open.
So Earp will be watching the Arizona. Right around the corner from our mark. Boys, I'm making just one change in Ben's plan. Now, there'll be a crack shot on the roof of this building. Right here. We'll take care of Wyatt Earp before we hit the bank.
All the logic is against it. She and Ben just have to be the brains behind this whole thing. I'd be a fool to trust her. Wouldn't I?
Wouldn't you what?
Miss Sadie can't possibly be telling the truth.
Well, now, she might and she mightn't. If you want my advice, do what the cross-eyed tomcat did.
Oh, what's that?
Watch both rat holes. Divide your men between the Tombstone and the Arizona.
Yeah, well, that should be her.
Am I very late?
Oh, good evening, young lady.
Oh, hello, Dr. Goodfellow. Well, I went over the whole plan with Jake Birch, and he's going to hit the Tombstone Bank 5 after 9 in the morning.
Oh, why would he do that? He knows that I know that he cased that bank.
So he figures you'll think he'll be the other one. I had a hard ride to get this, and I'm tired, and if you don't believe me, just say so.
I'm sorry, Miss Sadie.
Look, I've done all I can for you. Go ahead. Let Jake make a fool of you.
Now, hold on. Put this on your husband's leg. Keep the bandage moist with it.
Thank you.
You're no fool, but you keep on trying, and she'll be right yet.
Meaning what?
I think she's telling the truth.
She can't be. I checked both banks today. The Arizona has twice as much cash on hand as the other. Besides, Ben Roberts is never one to settle for half when he can get the whole thing.
Well, you can watch both rat holes.
No, I can't. With Doc Holliday and Shotgun out of town, I haven't got enough deputies. If I split my force, I'm giving Birch too much of an edge. Now, you just stick to doctoring and let me handle the bank robbers, huh? It'll be the Arizona Bank. Mr. Gale. You give them the money, no resistance. I don't want any dead heroes. We'll catch them as they come out. Your safe open?
Yes, but don't you think I ought to close it? Maybe they'll be satisfied with the teller's money.
I'll just make you open the safe. Now, you stick to the plan.
Well, just as you say.
Working fine. Earp's around the corner. Let's get at it.
No shooting until Joe gets Earp. It's almost time now. Let's go inside and pretend we're going to deposit some of this money.
Check him out. Get in there. Get in there. I owe you an apology.
No, you don't, Mr. Earp. I'm thankful that it turned out the way it did. Was that Jake Birch?
Yeah.
Who got him, you?
No, I think it was your husband.
Oh, no. What? Why, Dr. Goodfellow gave him strict orders not to get out of bed.
Well, now, he can stay in bed and get well. You say for me that I'll be by to speak my thanks to both of you. Go ahead and say it. I picked the wrong bank.
Well, we can't be right all the time, any of us.
How bad is he?
Looks like it's mighty near the heart.
Can you save him?
If I can, I'm a great doctor. If I can't, he'll die. You can be right and get killed. You can be wrong and
get lucky. Well, let's see how we both come out.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt
and long may his story be told.